Hi, I'm Sugarbear. This is my buddy Mike.
Howdy doody.
Welcome to Whiskey Dixon. We're going to be reviewing some Irish whiskeys for you today. Now, both of these come from the Glendalough distillery. Relatively new distillery, only been around since 2011, and so far they've been producing some amazing whiskeys. I mean, some of the stuff we've been getting from them is phenomenal, especially for such a young distillery. So it's just really cool to see a progressive new distillery going back to these old traditional styles and reviving them. And one of the best examples is their Poitin. This is the world's first distillate. This is where all liquor started, and we're gonna give that a try today. Ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. So let's start with the granddaddy of them all. Now this is Poitin. This is Irish moonshine. This is the very first distilled spirit. As far as we know, it comes from the 6th century. That might be a bit too much. I'll do a thinner pour for you. I'll spare you the awfulness to come. Nah, it's not that bad. It's actually really interesting. On the nose, it smells like
chocolate a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit chocolatey, a little bit of a burnt note to it.
Yeah.
Maybe like if you overcooked your oatmeal, like you were cooking oatmeal in a pot because you lived 50 years ago or something like that, and you forgot about it because you're taking a shit or something. So this is what you would end up with. It's the burnt oatmeal at the bottom of a pot.
Doesn't smell
Let's
that bad.
Let's give it a taste. Ooh-wee. Okay.
That's interesting.
It's a little better on the palate actually, but it's also 110 proof, so it's a little rough going down. There's definitely a burn to it, and
It's warm. Yeah.
I'm not really sure what you would do with this. I wouldn't put ice in this because that'll just make you taste it more, which I don't know if you want to do that. This is more of a novelty bottle. This is just something you would keep in your collection just to show people what whiskey was like before they were putting it in barrels. But this isn't the kind of stuff you would drink every day. This is a little rough. So finish this off.
It's definitely mountain strength, that's for sure.
Yeah, they call it mountain strength for a reason. Now this is a very special Irish whiskey. This is Glendalough pot still whiskey. This is a bourbon barrel aged whiskey that's finished in native Irish oak. And what's neat is that Glendalough is a very forested area of Ireland. It's just maybe 30-45 minutes south of Dublin. And where the distillery is, there's an old oak grove forest around it that over time they've purchased enough of this forest to actually chop down these trees and use their own native oak to age whiskey. And you would think that, oh well, don't they do that for all Irish whiskey? No, this is something that hasn't been done for probably about 100 years. Ireland has been very deforested, and oak trees take a long time to grow. They take about 130 years to reach maturity and even be usable to make whiskey. So the fact that they're doing this is just really neat. I've never heard of any other whiskey aged in its own native oak grown right around the distillery.
It says tree number 7.
Yeah, it even has the tree number on it. This is the first batch they've made of this from the first barrel. So you're talking, this is within the first 300 bottles of this released.
It smells really good.
Yeah, the smell, it's very different from other Irish whiskey. I wouldn't call this an entry-level Irish whiskey. This is like an advanced Irish whiskey. This is a very unique whiskey. Yeah, what do you get off that, Mike?
It smells like an elderly rich person's house.
It does, like a really nice mahogany home, you know, like just...
Like Oman Opa's house, yeah.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely red apple. It starts out fruity, but then it gets really woody, so it reminds me a lot of like applewood chips that you would put in a smoker.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, as the finish develops, you get this coffee, almost creamy coffee note, like mocha.
Oh yeah.
But then it turns a little bitter from the tannin, so it goes from a mocha to like an espresso, maybe, like a real. There is some tannins. It's almost a good gateway to Irish and even Scottish whiskeys for bourbon drinkers, I would say, because of the tannins, because of that virgin oak that's used, that new oak cask, which is the same way that that bourbon is made.
That's definitely interesting.
Yeah. No, this is fun whiskey right here.
Oh yeah.
Again, though, more of a advanced Irish whiskey. I wouldn't call this an entry level Irish whiskey.
Would you say entry level like Bushmills?
Oh, you know, Bushmills, Jameson, the usual stuff. Powers, you can find it if you're lucky enough. Yeah. I guess that about wraps it up. Anything else you want to say about this this Glendalough?
Oh man, it's delicious.
That's good stuff.
I'd buy that any day.
Yeah, definitely gonna hoard that in my collection for a minute.
Yeah.
Well,
Thanks for
been
having
fun
me.
drinking with you.
Yeah.
Until next time, guys, sláinte and keep on drinking.